Hi guys, thank you for subscribing to the channel, and if you haven't, the button is right down there. What's up guys, I'm Sean and welcome back to the channel. Car maintenance is one of those unavoidable things that most of us dislike having to spend on. Not spending on it at all, however, is far worse, as it eventually leads to much bigger bills and inconvenience. I do, however, have some advice on how to actually keep your servicing costs down in the long run. Now, I'm not going to be talking about how to find the cheapest deals and lowest prices, as these things tend to be fleeting and have too many variables involved. I will instead be giving you my tips on how to keep your servicing costs, requirements, and inconvenience down to a minimum over the duration of the car's life, despite whatever superb deals that you may be able to find from time to time. Yes, I know I sound like a naggy mechanic or salesperson, but it is true. Regular servicing is a far better and cost-effective alternative to time-consuming and costly repairs resulting from the lack of regular preventive maintenance. Much like how our bodies can greatly reduce the risk of disease and health issues by maintaining a healthy diet and regular exercise, the same goes for our cars. And regular servicing doesn't even have to be all that often. It can be as little as once every 6 months and only take out about 2 to 3 days of a year. Having to repair a major issue that could have been prevented will easily set you back more than double the cost and the downtime. Time and again, we are bombarded with really great deals on servicing, oils, and spares from every direction. The automotive industry has been and still is very competitive, especially on the price front. However, as the old adage goes, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Now that is not to say that there aren't legit amazing deals around. Yes, they do exist. However, there are just as many, if not more cases where a product being offered at an insane price isn't exactly the real deal. In these cases, it could be anything from subpar products to even counterfeit products, and it's getting harder and harder to tell them apart by the day. You do tend to get what you pay for, and using subpar products on your car does run you the risk of suboptimal performance that can potentially lead to major issues. I have seen enough cases that have resulted in costly and lengthy repairs that could have been simply avoided by spending an often inconsequential amount more money. So the important thing to do here is not to get easily tempted by an irresistible deal and just do a bit of homework. Always remember that everything has a cost to it, and if the cost is not being borne by the seller, then it's probably the product that has been somehow gotten or manufactured on the cheap. On the other end of the spectrum from the previous point is to not unnecessarily spend on things that give you little or no benefit. For example, expensive performance oils aren't really going to do much for the average car. Many such oils are in fact designed for track use where it offers a lower resistance but also a lower longevity. This is fine for race and track use, as the cars are usually serviced just before and after every event. But for the average car doing 6-month service intervals, what you really want is longevity, and this can be had in much more affordable oils that are meant for the road use. Another thing to consider is original versus OEM parts. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. So for consumables such as oil filters and air filters, most if not all car brands do not actually make their own and basically get them from an OEM factory and have their logo printed on it. Now, I'm not going to say that you should go and look for the cheapest OEM product that you can find, but a reasonably priced OEM product can be significantly cheaper than an original one with pretty much identical performance. If you are the type, however, who does prefer to use original as much as possible, then you do you. But if it doesn't matter to you, in many instances, a reputable OEM product is a great lower cost alternative without the compromise. Now, I know I may appear incentivized to give you this piece of advice, given the fact that I myself run a workshop. However, I assure you that this piece of advice comes from my experience in other unrelated parts of my life. So unlike the past reputation of the industry, the large majority of workshops nowadays are actually run by honest people who are just trying to make an honest living. Now I do also, however, agree and respect that going around to different workshops to find the best deals is a perfectly fair practice. But there are plenty of legitimate benefits of building up a good long-term relationship with a trusted workshop. Some of these benefits could include more flexibility in priority and pricing, access to more knowledge sharing and industry insights, a better understanding about the specific condition and quirks of your car, which makes troubleshooting easier and quicker, a willingness to go out of their way or at least point you in the right direction to help resolve issues that aren't in their area of expertise. Now, of course, these are very subjective and your mileage will vary, but as much as the workshop needs to gain your trust, you as a customer can also enjoy great benefits by having a good rapport with them. Knowing what to look out for can really help you detect issues ahead of time before they become a major issue. Things such as oil level, coolant level, condition of your tires, and your brake pads are relatively straightforward things that pretty much anyone can learn to inspect on their own within about 5 minutes. With servicing intervals being around 6 months on average, there's really a whole lot that can happen in between this time that could possibly end up causing major issues if left unchecked. Spending just about 5 to 10 minutes learning and checking these things yourself every 2 to 3 months does go a long way to avoiding major repair bills in future. So those are some things that I personally do to save money on servicing my car, and I do hope it also helps you to save some money as well. As costly as car repairs may be, a lot of the time, they are avoidable when properly taken care of. Let me know down in the comments below whether you agree or disagree with what I've just said, and what else you have done to save money on your car servicing. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.